Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the conversation table tonight. I am so happy that for those of you that have tuned in, and those of you that are going to be tuning in later, welcome and thank you. You already know, those of you all that are familiar with the table, you know what I'm about to say, you know it. I'm excited. I am excited about tonight, y'all. This is one of those finally tables. I'm just going to tell you, we've been working on this table for months. I must tell you, if you hear me sounding a little weird, my allergies, this pollen is real. It is real. And so it has been affecting me, but I was not going to miss this table today because I finally wrangled this person in. And I said, I'm getting to this table. I don't care. Not today, Satan. I'm getting to this table. And so I am so happy to have this person at the table today. And let me tell you one of the reasons why. First of all, Miss Keisha is I just love her spirit. I love her spirit. She keeps us all laughing. And it's so strange that considering what we're about to talk about, that she keeps us all laughing. And that is a gift that she has. But Keisha here today is here to talk to us today about victims advocacy. Victims advocacy. And I'm so grateful to have her here because I have my own story. It's something about when people talk about victims of murder, because first of all, I was very hesitant to do this table because of my own past. And so just talking to Miss Keisha, she gave me so much comfort just speaking to her about what she does and what she's been doing. She doesn't know this. I'm telling her this is her first time hearing this. So back in 1987, my oldest brother was murdered. He lived in Killeen, Texas, and he was murdered by his best friend. And so they were living the street life and all that whole bunch of stuff went with it, but he was murdered. Then in 2018, my nephew was murdered by someone he considered a friend. And so in talking to you about doing this table, off and on, we've been talking for months, it was always in the back of my mind, this is just going to bring up things that I have put behind me, that I have put it, that I try not to think on. Because about grief. Grief is something, it can come at a moment you
never think about it.
You're not expecting.
Right.
You have memories that come up that you're not expecting. And so I'm like, but I know that there are people out there that are going to need this today. I know that. And even thinking about my mom when my brother was murdered, my sister when her son was murdered, this is something that's needed. Because it changes. It's not just the person that has been murdered that's the victim. People connected to them become victims.
Yes, they are.
And so, Miss Keisha, I want to start off with you explaining to the people who you are, what you do, and what brought you to this. Your host. And let me tell y'all this. Some of y'all looking at her going, I've seen that woman before. I know that lady. I seen that lady on TV. I seen that lady. Yes, you've seen this lady before because she's out there working in her field, and she's very, very I call her famous, but she's got a lot of exposure out there. You've seen her on TV, you've seen her on the news, you've seen her because she means what she does. And she puts work behind who she is. She's not just talking. she's out there working. And so, Miss Keisha, explain who you are. Give them your full whole name and everything.
Thank you, Pastor Brazier. My name is Lakesia Smith. I work for Parents of Murdered Children. My son's name is Shankovan Smith. He was murdered January 25th, 2014. They brought me to what I do now, advocate for homicide. My position in this field is I go to court with families. I go to the prosecuting attorney office with families. We write petitions to keep the defendants in prison. And also we have support meetings the second Tuesday of the month in person, the fourth Tuesday on Zoom. And like I said, grief is a roller coaster. And a lot of people don't realize how dramatic it is. And a lot of people will tell me, I don't want to know nothing else about it. They don't come to court. And, you know, I still go because I want to know justice being served. And we have a lot of families don't get justice. And that's what really hurts me because I'm like, what can I do different? How can I get more people involved in dealing with grief, dealing with the system? How can we change it? So they do have different meetings with the state that I've been trying to go to. When I find out I do go, I bring other survivors with me, and we do talk to the prosecuting attorney, even the public defenders. You know, I talk to a lot of people. I've been on radio station, I've been on the news, I do different events. But right now we do need our community to stand together as one to help change the laws and dealing with grief for my families.
So when you say, because Miss Keisha, I know absolutely nothing about this. So when you say change the laws, what type of things are going on with the laws that are really not helping victims of violence, their families? What needs to be changed? What's going on?
Okay, I go to court and we think we're gonna have a trial. They'll change it. You know, people have to take off of work for this. So you get up there, next thing you know, it continues. That's another 30 to 90 days out. When the mother have to go 5 years to go to a trial for the defendant, and the day he go to trial, a jury trial. Jury trial lasts 3 to 5 days. The first day they pick jurors, and that could be from 40 to 80 people. So you sitting and you're waiting, in that morning, it can change, you take a plea deal, but you're sitting 3 to 5 years for this day to come. So, you know, changing the law from capital murder, you go to bond hearing, to first degree and second degree. When a judge set a bond for $150,000 for first degree murder, that's not good for a mother to have to sit there and listen to that. Then they bond it out. But where's our kids? Where's our loved ones? So we have to change laws. Now, I went to a meeting and the law is you can go to a bus stop with a gun. You can go to a property with a gun if you're 18 and older. Yes, ma'am. I went to that and they made us a law. And I was like, so you're telling me I already got drama and trauma with my babies. Now they have to look at them, they get into somebody, are they gonna come and shoot me? Something different like we done with the laws. If a homicide happened in a minor in possession of a gun, sometimes we don't know who the minor is. Sometimes they do let you know. Like one case, it was a 16 or 19, or they put their name out there. I had another case, we didn't know they got out of juvenile, they was bonded out or anything. Only way we know if the family reach out to them. And that's the number one law I'm trying to change right now, me and more families. Because if juvenile kills someone, we want to know when they get to move around, when they get to change. But we have different laws that she had changed when she first came in, the governor, about the gun laws. Now anybody can get a gun. It doesn't even matter if you're a felon or not. As long as you're over 21, you can have a gun. And it shouldn't be that way. Easy to get a gun and carry a gun without. A lot of kids don't even have training. A lot of people don't have training about a gun and how to use it. But it's easy to get it.
So you are trying to get laws to help stop their ability to commit these murders on the streets. And as we all know, we all hear that all the time, how many guns are on our streets. I'm moved by the fact that you took your own trauma and tell me how this evolved, because you took your own trauma and you decided the help that I need, I'm going to be there for somebody else. How did you come to that?
When Sean was killed, this lady came to me named Amy Adams, and she reached out to me. Her daughter was killed. And I was like, okay, I come to your little meetings. You know, I was just like, go to the meetings. And I started getting more involved. And I started realizing, but before Sean got killed, I was like, going to pray for these families. How do they do it? Not knowing at that point my son would be killed too. So I could start going to meetings, and I started meeting more families. And I was like, no, this is what I need to do. This is what I need to help families do. Help these grieving mothers, grieving fathers. So this is my passion, to talk to mothers, talk to family members, to let them know. It's people out here want to hear your story. It's people out here understand your grief. Because people are like, well, it's okay, I understand. They don't understand. There's a part of your life, a part of your organ, a part of you that's gone. It's not here anymore. And people are like, well, you got other kids. You might get, do something different. No, I'm not doing something different. I'm standing for my baby boys. I want his voice to be known and heard about homicide. So when I got involved, I haven't stopped running. I haven't stopped speaking. And anywhere I see a young person going through something, I stop and say, hey, you don't want your mama going through what I went through. Mm-hmm. You don't want your mother to go through the other families I got sitting right here. Mm-hmm. So good. A lot of mothers, they appreciate me. They don't get mad. I'm like, well, can I talk to your child like it was my child, my grandchild? They were like, yes. Mm. So I let them know how I feel when you lose a person that you love. Mm. And our justice system it's not good. It's not. It's broken. It's so bad. And it's like, you can have a judge that greet a defendant like it's nothing, but you don't greet that victim's family more intense than the defendant. I've been in court and the judge was like, well, oh, happy birthday. How do I sing happy birthday to my baby? Mm. But I love my job. I love my families. And I meet so many people. It's not even a racial thing. It's like, it's a big step that Arkansas have to change. With our governor and our mayor, they're going to have to change and meet with the families, which they have not yet come together and meet with our families. And we asked, the mayor has, but it's been a year. The governor have not yet to come to us and meet us, to help us, to understand about grief.
So, and it's sad to say that this is so prevalent. I know it's not just our state, it's other states. That it's so prevalent that this is something. How long have you been doing this?
12 years.
12 years. 12 years. And has it been getting any better? Is it anything that you have seen that you've been like, I feel like things are happening? I mean, just be honest. Maybe it's
not getting any better because I have a lot of families that's not really getting justice what needs to be done. When the defendant found out, I have one that terrorized one family that they had to move. I have one that got 3 defendants. I have one that got 4 defendants, and it's getting really hard because we have a murder like every week.
Yeah.
But 3 years ago, we had like 60-some murders, and it was like, oh, it's going down. But when we looked at it, when I was talking about it, they said Well, the hit and run is not considered a murder. Over the stabbing, that wasn't considered a murder. Somebody got killed with a hammer, but that person is no longer here. It's the same thing. It's being homicide and murder is the same thing. Their body is not here no more. Their person's not here anymore. So it's like, how can we help our community? How can we help our youth stop the murders?
I like what you said about how you speak to young people about the effects of how they've chosen to live their life, the effects that it has on their own family members and people, because just some of the things because of the job that my husband has, I hear a lot of things, and I'm like, young people, some of them have just, decided that that's just life. And this
Right.
dying at 16 and 17 and 15, that's not just life. That's not supposed to be a regular thing. And society has accepted that, and some parts of society has accepted that, oh, well, this is just how it happens. This is just how it goes.
It's a norm.
And that's not, that should never be a norm.
That's what
Young people dying every day. We shouldn't cut on our television and be like, oh, another young person died. That shouldn't be.
our community should say, oh, he made track, he made the A18. No, we got on the news a young black boy was gunned down at 15 or 16 years old, trying to rob somebody. Or they got into it with another community, another side of town. And that's the number one thing. How can you get into it on the side of town you don't own? You don't have a job to pay property taxes, but you want to fight on the neighborhood that you don't own.
Well, and Miss Keisha, you saying something I always have thought this in my mind. We have these territorial things going on, but they don't own the territory. You own the territory in your mind and in your whatever you're doing, but at the end of the day, this stuff don't belong to you. It don't belong to you. You murdering people over stuff that really don't belong to you.
Right.
Basically, somebody can come and take it who it really belongs to, and move you somewhere, move you on. We want this now. We want this land to do whatever. We want this, and then you just gonna have to go to find some more somewhere else because it actually don't belong to you. And you know what? Now that you say that, it came to my mind. I was thinking, wouldn't it be awesome if we could take all this energy that young people have to do all this stuff that they do, if they could use that energy for something that was beneficial to society? It's like you have all this energy to do all this other stuff that's a detriment to society. What about if you had the energy to actually do? We got people in need. We have people on the street. We have elderly people that need help. Wouldn't that be great if these young people decided, well, instead of killing each other, we're going to do something.
Help the elderly with their property.
We're gonna do something in our communities. We're gonna help our communities. We have people living in poverty that are just having all type of issues. Maybe we can do something to help that and use that energy. I know you're looking at me like this pastor. Come on now.
But
what type of utopia you trying to live in?
Because they feel like they're weak. If they start doing normal life that we done when we was younger, it have people looking at them like they're weak. If you're catching them doing something for the community and helping them look like normal youth. So you have to go around here saying, go around here gangbanging. You have to go around with the negative attitude. That's a normal for them. When we was growing up, our parents was on us. Yes, ma'am, no, ma'am. We did things in the community. If I said elderly person going out, we gonna help. They doing something, we help. Now we can't do that in our community. Number one thing is our men don't seem to be men. You used to have the uncles, the neighborhood uncles come in and take care of your kids and make them do stuff around the house or make them do stuff in the yard that need to be done. Now if you get the child outside, you get concerned about the child and the mother. So our community is not together.
Society has changed.
Yes.
Society has changed in the way we see what is beneficial and well, I wouldn't say what we see as we know what's beneficial.
Right.
But having that to take place and the need is there, but making that happen, the need is there, but making that happen is a total different thing. And it's we are crushing our own communities. And it just doesn't make sense. So if I was to tell you, Ms. Keisha, I'm gonna give you $100,000. I want you to start a program. I know that's not much money, but I'm gonna give you $100,000. I want you to start a program to help these, to help not only the people, the families that you help, but to help young people out there try to make different decisions. Could you do it?
I can. I will.
Look at that. Okay, those of you out there that got these coins, you say you concerned about the community. You say you concerned about stuff going on. And it's not enough programs, and we don't have enough this, and they don't have enough to do. You got a person right here saying, I got the vision for it.
I got the vision.
I got the vision.
I got the people. We just got to have the money.
Come on.
We need donations. And when I tell you I have people who's in church, I have state people who's willing to help me. I have a whole community who's willing to help me do what needs to be done to get our young ones off the street. When I tell you, I even have young people who want to really get out here and help.
Come on.
But we just have to have the donations.
Come on. Money talks. Money talks. And so, Ms. Keisha, where if I had this money now, where would I take? What would I do?
We have I don't even have my paper with me, but we do have a Facebook page that you can go on and you can send money there.
What's the name of it?
The Facebook page is CACO LPOMC, and it will tell you everything you need to help with the funding. You can even inbox me, email me, Lakesia, LAKESIA Smith 71@gmail.com. And also, you can call me 501-412-2629. So I have ways to get, and I have different organizations who's willing to help our youth. But the funding is the only thing that's holding this back. I don't know if I told her or not, but I work for PMC, but we lost our funding in October. So I'm still working. I don't get paid to go to court. I miss days from my regular job. So that's my calling. I'm not going to stop going to court with my family, regardless of what's going on, because this is what needs to be done for our community. They need this support and let people know, hey, I'm here for you. I know your voice. I know what you're going through. And sometimes it get overwhelming sitting in court and you want them to go to prison right then and there. And it's hard. When I tell you it's hard to sit there with a family and it's like there's no justice, just be done. It takes a while.
And it takes a while.
It takes a while. And sometimes you're right there, but grief will never stop. Your emotion will never stop or anything. But here's another email, CACOFPOMC@gmail.com. You can always reach me day or night. Pastor, they can call you, get a hold of me. They can't get a hold of me.
They call me, I'm sitting right to you.
But in all fairness, when you do lose someone to homicide, it's an organization, it's a link called Vine. You can access it and it'll tell you when that person go to the pen. It'll tell you when they get moved. It'll tell you different days of court. Anything you need to know, you can get on it. It's a 1-800 number. It's free, and you can get online and look it up too. your defendants.
And so I heard you say you go to court with families. You'll go and support families and explain to them what's going on, what these procedures are, because that's very important. We were very involved when my nephew was murdered, and we went to court every time they had court.
Yeah.
And it is a process, and it is some of it you don't understand. It's great to have someone there that's sitting there explaining to you, okay, this is what's going on, this is what's going to happen. It's one thing to also be grieving, but as you're grieving, now you have to go through this process, this court process, and if you lack understanding of it, you're confused and you're wondering. That's a lot.
It is. It get overwhelming because you listen to the big words they're using, and sometimes you don't understand because you're there, your body's there, but your mind is not. So it's good to always have an extra person who's gonna let you know. I can't remember. Oh, this, and that, and we'll talk about it. You can just call me and scream, holler, and cry. Because sometimes, like I say, grief hurts you more than anything if you let it stay inside of you. You just want to scream, holler in your car or anything. And I have my emotion days. Like I said, Sean had 4 kids, and they're teenagers now. And all of them look like him. After it happened, I didn't want to be around them. I always make excuses. Oh, I got to go to work. I got to go do this. Because all of them had something up. And some people don't even have grandkids after their kids, But it's really difficult. Like I say, it's a long process. Like this is our glossary of what we do, so you would know. The arraignment, the bail, the complaint, the contempt of court, continuance, defendant dismissal, grand jury, the indictment, and you're gonna hear all this over and over and over again. And you be like, what is that? What do that mean? Mm-hmm. It's a lot. When I tell you it's a lot, from capital murder, first degree murder, to second degree murder, you're sitting there like, I want life. I want the death penalty. We want it all. We never get our loved ones back. But long as they're not on the streets, that's the number one thing.
Yes.
So,
I'm gonna get to this question right here. this my pastor question. So, how does the choice that you made to be a Christian, how does that help you with what you've chosen to do?
It taught me not to hate the guy who killed my son, because I really hated him. And it's teaching me to pray more, to deal with anger. It's teaching me to have faith in God, to walk with Him, not with what I feel or what I need to do, to walk with Him in His understanding. And when I go to court, I pray. With my families, I pray. If I'm like, y'all don't mind, we pray. And it does help them. It does help. And sometimes people just need that hug and like, God got this. We're going to deal with this as it comes. And I'm walking and coming here, being a member here, it does help. We have our good days and bad days. And I cry. We cry about it and I keep on going because God got me. That's why I dealt 12 years. And I had a lot of family members who get killed. I had a lot of family members who killed someone. So I've been on both sides of the fence. When I tell you, it's very hard to keep your Christian attitude in church sometimes, but I'm doing good with it.
You are.
I'm doing very well with it,
You are. You are.
So yeah.
You are, and I just imagine, because I know that our walk, that if it had not been for the grace of God, just this type of thing can cause you to, it messes with your mind.
It does.
It messes with your mind. I remember when my daughter came and knocked on the door and said, Mom, he's dead. And I was like, what are you, this was at 2:00 in the morning. And we were all in bed, and she just came running in the house, and she said, he's dead, he's dead. And we were like, what's going on? And she was just screaming. And when they got me out of bed and told me that my nephew, he had just been murdered, all I did was I passed out on the floor. I couldn't, my mind could not grasp what she was saying. I'm standing there looking at her like it's a movie.
And that's what it feels. It don't feel real at all.
Exactly.
You get it. But you can't remember. You can't forget that time.
No, you don't. You don't forget that.
He was shot at 6:25 p.m. on a Saturday evening. He was another 11th victim in 2014. That was in January. He was the 11th victim on the 25th. Things like that you can never forget.
You can't forget. You don't forget. And so having a relationship with God enables you, as you said, to have that grace to be able to keep walking through this stuff.
Yes.
Because in the flesh, our minds can get the best of us. Our feelings, our emotions. And so, we know that God is the ultimate, the Holy Spirit is the ultimate comforter for all of us. And God sees us through these things that we are not able, we think. Like you said, you had heard about people and you had talked to people whose child had been murdered. You never imagined that you would end up being on that side. And you probably would have said, I don't know. I don't know how I would. If that was me, I don't know how I would make. I don't know how I would make it. We say that a lot. I don't know how I would make it if that happened to me. If that happened, well, it's only one way we make it. By the grace of God, He keeps us going and we make it. And then, I know I keep saying this because you don't. I know you don't, because you are very a very humble person. You don't really, I don't think you really grasp that God took something, a part of your life that could have just made your life, could have destroyed your life. And instead, you became this person. How phenomenal is that? Something that could have just taken you out of here, and you could have just been like, I have no hope in nothing. Not only did you get up, but you got up and reached your hand out to help somebody. That don't happen all the time. That don't happen all the time. That's a blessing.
I have a lot of mothers who lost themselves. I had a woman passed away from heart. I have two mothers passed away from heartbreak. I have another one in a nursing home, and I have another tried to commit suicide. I have one. It's hard. Mm-hmm. It's hard to get up day by day, but I know people depend on me. I depend on myself. I depend on God every day, all during the night when I have the anxiety attacks. That He kept me.
Yes.
He kept me through this. Yes. He's seeing me through this. It's something that He wants me to do, and I have not stopped doing it. Mm. I go full force for my families, and when I go to court, they be like, "Where you been? I ain't seen you this week." They know who I am. They may know my name, but they know what I do. So and it's crazy because I never would think I'm not going. I got to go to court for a ticket. But when you go to court to help another person out, it means a lot. It means a lot when somebody tells me, you know how I feel. I know how you feel. Right. Up and down days, your grief, your emotions. Then it's like you're scared of the other kids going out the house, or the other day family know how my kids look. And right now, I'm like at peace. My kids see me at peace. And I stay humble. I pray a lot about it. And like I said, we're going to get through it. And I tell my family we're going to get through it. Yeah. It may not, we hug and we cry, And the most important thing is doing the impact statement. You get to tell that person how you feel. What they took away from you. What they took away from your family. Mm-hmm. And it's not even so much our family, victims. The victim family, the defendant family. Mm-hmm. They have a mother. Mm-hmm. So that mother, child is gone at 15, 16, 17 years old, going to the pen. You're going to the big boy pen. You're not going to kiddie pool no more. You're in the big size.
And I'm glad you mentioned that, because that's something we haven't been talking about. There's another side to this, because if this is your child that has committed this murder, that's another side to this.
Right.
Because I know we live in a world full of all type of things going on, but for a parent to hear that your child took another person's life, and that's not something that you're a part of, or now I know we have all type of stuff, and people are gonna be like, Pastor, some of them people are okay. I get that. But for some people, this is a traumatic thing. It's like, my child took another person's life.
Yes.
I didn't raise them like that. I wasn't expecting this, or it could just be devastating to you to have feel that type of guilt, like my child took somebody's life.
And we don't even know why. I had one mother I went to court with, and the killing part about it was a black young man killed a white young man, and don't nobody know no reason why. And after court was over with, the mother said, "Can I hug you? I'm so sorry for what my son done." When I tell you the whole courtroom, the courthouse was quiet, you can drop a dime and hear from the first floor to the fourth floor. Because that was an impact I never seen before in my life since I've been doing this.
Wow.
And the deal with something like social media, we don't know what our kids do on social media. And that's the number one thing to get our kids caught up with the drama that's going on now. And we don't know. He say, she say. We're going to find out they meeting up and they fighting and getting killed.
Right. Exactly. I'm so happy we didn't have social media. I'm telling you, I say that all the time. I am thrilled that we did not have social media. I know it's a big, the people are like, what would we do without social media? Honey, let me tell you, we did without it. And I am so grateful, because I don't know, I knew all type of folks that I consider shouldn't have been talking to anybody but themselves. And now we got people just out there, just every opinion matters, everything. And you're right, they able to get to each other on social media. Where we had, honey, all we had was a phone and that landline. And if you picked up the phone and Sister Grace was on the phone, she'd tell you, do your mama know you on the phone? Get off the phone. Have a party line, all type of... and y'all say, oh, that was an old school mess. No, it wasn't. No, it wasn't. Exactly. No, it wasn't. We wasn't tripping out on what people think about us. First of all, the only way you could tell me what you thought about me is at school for a few hours. Otherwise, when we left that schoolhouse, I was thinking about you. You were there. Now that stuff follows the kids home, and they're on these phones and on this social media all day, all night long. And people get to give you their opinion. They like you, they don't like you, and then you internalize. Well, so and so don't like me. I'm like, if you don't get off that phone, get off there.
Well, who you cares? Don't wear Nikes, you don't wear this, and you don't wear that. Yeah.
But now that has just played into our kids' psyche. Well, I say kids. People always remind me. Adults just as bad. Yes. Adults just as bad on it. You think it's just kids. It's not just kids. Adults on that thing day and night also, Pastor. Day and night. But I am so happy. I thank God that I was in an era. I couldn't imagine what I'd be doing on social media.
No.
I was already a mess with social media. I can't imagine having a vehicle to even be more messy. I mean, I can't imagine it. But you're right. I hear that all the time. What's the social media is a vehicle for these people to reach out to each other and say things to each other, cause them to get upset, and then they meeting around the corner, and I'm like, oh God, it's a lot that our young people have to deal with.
It's a lot with social media, and then the bullying in school, and then the bullying with the teachers, and you have personal problems at home. So how do our youth deal with it? It's a trigger. and they have no one to talk to, and
So they need help.
yeah, they need help. So first thing they do is when they get bullied, either they gonna try to fight that person in school or try to kill them in school. And their social media is the number one thing that's getting our kids killed. It's the number one thing is social media.
Wow.
And nobody talk about that as much. First thing they say is rap, they talk about their music. No, it don't even have to be about that. It's just like, oh, she thinks she's pretty today. Oh, this and that, and then I'm married because, okay, you pretty. What I got to do with me? You know, and that's number one thing. And they get jealous over simple things. You might be popular, you may not be popular. You know what I'm saying? But it's the number one thing.
Yeah, our young people having the ability, when they don't even know who they are, to express things that they shouldn't be expressing at an age when they don't even understand themselves, don't know who they are, but they're expressing things that affect people, and it's sad. It's sad. I don't know what is going to eventually happen from time to time with social media, but it has its good part, and then, because we were talking about this on Wednesday night, it has its good part, but then it's just really bombarding our young people with thoughts, and with suicidal thoughts, with depression. I hear it all the time, and it's extremely sad, and it's hard to keep them off of it.
Right.
It's hard because it's a part of their lives. It's a part of their lives, so it's hard to keep them off of it. So they need help. They need help navigating social media. What part it should play in your life, it shouldn't play in your life, and it's. We need your program, Miss Keisha.
I'm ready.
We need your program. We need you to get this program.
I got Laura's card. Laura's card is a lady. She has a twin sister. Laura was. She was a good friend of me, of mine rather. Her ex-husband tried to kill her. That's how Laura's card came about for Victims' Rights Week. Victims' Rights. And she helped me out with a lot of situations I have with the youth. And it's Victims' Rights. We have a Victims' Rights in Little Rock. People don't know about it. The Marcy's Law. People don't know about that. We have different organizations. We have different laws in place here. A lot of people don't know. So with this right here, you can reach out and it'll help you.
Mm-hmm. And I see you also have this. I was really interested in this when you showed this to me. Now, what is this? This is called Healing Grief. It's a pamphlet.
Mm-hmm.
And what?
We talk about healing, the process of healing, the different days, or the shock, the belief, how you interact with your grief. What can you do? The anger, the guilt, the children, the sadness, the oppression, the silence. It's a lot in here, and they do help you. Faith. Mm-hmm. It's in here. We have this pamphlet that I send out. I do a package. When someone loses someone, you can inbox me, call me, and I have a support package. It is a little bit better than this, but I have
all type of resources.
I have all kind of resources to help you understand about buying. We talk about our meeting dates. We have a glossary about all the procedures you have to go through. It's a lot. Parole, plea deal, bargaining, pre-sentence, in the loss, dealing with anger and grief, taking care of yourself. Self-care is number one thing. Self-care. Because if you don't have self-care of yourself, how can I help you? In self-care, it would take you down so bad that you can't do enough for yourself and nobody else.
You're not taking care of yourself.
Right. The element of healing, we have that. And like I said,
so you have a whole pamphlet there full of materials that would help grieving, that would help the families.
Yes.
That's awesome.
And this is Parents of My Children, Central Arkansas chapter, that we have a hotline that you call. We have 501-351-7662. And my number, 501-412-2629. So we do have support system in Little Rock.
Wow, that's awesome.
And when I tell you, it's a lot of people don't deal with grief. They don't want to deal with it. They're like, okay, they shut it off. It's in the back of their brain. They don't want to deal with it. They don't want to talk about it. They don't want to come to meetings or anything. But we can't get anything done around Arkansas if people don't know. The state representatives don't know. I'm here for you. I'm here. But they're not gonna look at it because there's nobody talking about it. So if you don't talk about it, they're gonna sweep on the road and keep on going. They're gonna keep on going because there's nobody talking about it.
Wow. Well, I am just appreciative of all that you do and all that you're doing. It fascinates me. It simply fascinates me. Just the time that I had to go to court, just to know you do this all the time. You do this on a constant, consistent basis with several. You sit in court and you hear this day after day or week after week, all of this, and deal with it, and you deal with your own grief, and then you deal with other people's grief. And now I see why when you come here, you just be shouting all the time.
You got to, because we're holding it in. Then when I do get justice at court, I do get out there and I holler. And I do say, thank you, Lord, thank you, Lord. And I do pray with my families. And, even the police, and they was like, how do you do it? And I had to applaud the police because that's a lot to come to a mother, a family, and say, hey, I need to ask you a question. When it came to me, I got a call. I was at work at Miss Coach Keto on Camp Robinson. It's like it's 6-something in the evening, busy. I left Northwood Rock, made it on John Burrow less than 8 minutes. And come to find out my son was, killed. So you sit there, you be like, no. He had 2 of his kids at home with him. So that's trauma on top of trauma. They lost their daddy. Then you never see him again. So I'm dealing with that, and I'm just like, can't be. And you never think it's real when you laying in the hospital, looking at your child on their table. And it's worse because you know the person who killed your child. Even though knowing somebody who killed your loved one, it's mostly a family member or a close friend who killed someone you know.
I hear that all the time, that these are not strangers.
Right.
And in our situation, it wasn't strangers. It wasn't strangers.
And this boy had been in his house, eating his food, spent the night, and everything. And my son was 6'7", 6'8", weighed 250, 260. He was a big boy. He was a big lumber baby, 22 years old. So the only thing you see, you help him. He helping you for $3. I don't know where you go with $3, but that was his number one number, 3. But he got shot 5 times, and when I got that call, I'm like, nah, he okay. He okay. You get your mom with something, I think sometimes I go through it, I'm like, he just gone on vacation. I see him, and we go through that. As a mother, you go through that. And people don't understand how hard it is when you go to court. When I went to court, I sat in the same courtroom with my son. I sat in the same seat with my son. And people like, how you do it? Praise God.
Praise God.
Because of days you want to commit suicide. It be them days you don't want to talk to people. It be them days you just want to throw your hands and say, God, how can you do this? You question God about your life. What did you do so wrong for your child to get killed? And God said, this is my child. He's here for a moment. The right thing, if you're strong. And like I say, I'm strong. I'm still here. 12 years, I'm still helping people. I'm still going to be what he wanted me to be. I ain't changed my life. I ain't joined church. I'm here. I'm with my families. And this is what I do for a living. This is my passion. And I tell people, please come to court. Send somebody, a dog, squirrel, a cat, I don't care. Somebody come and see what's going on. Because the justice don't see nobody there, they're not going to care. That's the thing. People have to come.
You have to come.
And I mean,
and it's hard. I'm sure
for
some people, it's just hard. It's hard.
When I tell you I sat in court, then Some family don't call and say, hey, we always talk to the prosecuting attorney the other day last week. So I'm sitting in court for a whole different case. And they were like, what you waiting on? I said, oh, that was already taken care of. So I'm sitting there learning more things. When you see it, you learn a lot. And,
to help somebody else.
Yes, I meet a lot of families. And, the prosecuting attorney can't tell you, but they do give my business cards out. When I see them talk, I try to catch them. Hey, my name is Lakesia, I work for Parents and Children. Here's my business card. Call me when y'all ready. Give them time to process. Because it take a moment to get this in your head. To get it processed.
Yeah. I mean, you trying to process losing a child, and like I said earlier, you're trying to process losing a child, and now you got to process, I got to go through to make sure my child gets justice, to make sure justice happens. Now I have to go through all of this also. It's a lot. It's a lot.
When I tell you, the prosecuting attorney, the office downtown are awesome. With my families, it's not a day they go by. They may call day or night. They don't answer their phone. If they don't answer, they gonna call you that morning. They gonna reach out to you. When I tell you, everybody down there, they are so loving. They're very helpful. If they can't help, they gonna send me somewhere that my family can get help. And I know Will Jones, everybody talk about his personal life. That man, we love him. And he helped us with our cases, He still know our families. The prosecuting attorney know our families. And it's a lot to endure with the prosecuting attorney. And they have to listen to the mother scream and holler. And they're like, Justice, let me say, we got you. We have you. And they make a family feel good. Feel somebody good,
Feel comforted.
Yes.
Things are going to. Somebody's got this in their hands, and this is not just on my shoulders.
Your cousin, your mama, and all of them might say, I got to understand. You don't understand. That's hard. Yeah, that's hard.
Well, Miss Keisha, again, I am just so grateful and just so thankful for what you do. I believe this is a calling on your life because it has to be. For you to be able to evolve in this and take this trauma and do what you're doing, and the platforms that's been given to you in the state to do what you do, you're always going. You're always speaking somewhere. You always, I ain't gonna be there this Sunday. I gotta go speak at so and so, so and so. I gotta go. We having something at the Capitol this Sunday. So you're just always. You mean business. You mean business, and what all the stuff that you're learning and all the things that you're able to do to help families, it's just a blessing to have you available. So I'm just so very thankful for you coming to the conversation table. Finally.
I'm here for you.
Finally.
Oh, but we are having, since you're saying this.
Come on, what are y'all having?
April the 19th, we'll be at Victims' Rights Week. We'll be at North Little Rock Community Center. Starting out this Sunday at Victims' Rights at 2 o'clock. So we're asking anybody who want to come out, do a donation, or just come out and share if you lost someone to homicide. Okay. And we do have, I didn't even bring it with me, we have a murder wall. The murder wall consists of, it's about this tall, our loved ones' names. The day they was born and the day they happened. I never say when they was murdered, I always say their day. And it's a little plaque, and we have their name on it, and let them know. You still know. You
still known.
Yes.
You still known.
That's
awesome.
I got my little baby. I wear him around with me.
Oh, I see those.
Yes. So,
I see those.
And I wear him with me every day.
I know what those are.
Yeah. Okay. But it is April the 19th. We're asking everybody to come out and show support and see what we do. And the whole week, it's a lot of activities going on, so I will let Pastor know, and we can put it on our page, or so you can come out and support. If you know anyone who lost someone on homicide, please reach out to me. And it's never too late to get a pimp. It's never too late to understand the grief process. It's never too late to understand how your grief going.
I'm glad you said that. I'm glad you said that. That if you don't feel like you've dealt with it yet, or you need to deal with it, and you just need some information on how to deal with it, then reach out.
Right.
Reach out.
You can reach out to me. I will send you a package, and it's like I said, it's very educational. It's very helpful when you're going through grief. We have a lot of grief information. We have this right here is a book to read all the time. We have different pamphlets, and even our support meetings, we don't always cry. We talk about our loved ones. We talk about court dates. We have fun. We play little games.
Encourage each other.
Yes, and it's fun. We have good days. It's really fun. And then some days you might just want to cry. We just have an emotional day. But right now, it's very lovable.
Well, see now, see right here in the middle of the live stream, she getting a phone call. Somebody need her. That's just she can't. Y'all, sorry, she can't turn her phone off because she's needed. She's needed all the time. But that was perfect timing because we were just we were just wrapping it up anyway. But again, thank you, Ms. Keisha. I appreciate it. We appreciate what you do. I don't know. You most of the time people that do the greatest work are the most underappreciated, but we want you to know that you are appreciated in this state for what you do.
Thank you.
And we are grateful that you are a gift here, and we are grateful for you. So those of you tuning in, thank you for tuning in. Those of you that are watching later, thank you for watching. Those of you that are considering giving, give. Don't think hard about it. It's families that even if you want to donate and say, hey, I just want you to make some more of those notebooks to give out to families. I want to help with that. Yeah. Whatever you can. If you know somebody that share this with them, share this live stream with them, and get them to get up off some change and help. If we have so many people that talk about they want to make a difference. Well, if you want to make a difference, sometimes you're making a difference is helping to help what someone else is already doing.
Right.
This is already happening, and you can help by making a difference. You can make a difference by helping. Yes.
This is my baby, so yes, get my baby.
Keisha, she's still a proud mama.
She's proud of my baby.
as should be. So thank you all. Thank you for joining us tonight. And thank you again, Ms. Keisha. Y'all have a great night.
Good night.